Let's talk dollars and cents. We got this far, it's got to make a lot of sense. Obviously, whatever the cost is for getting your traffic is whatever it is for getting your traffic, but being able to multiply the effect you get from that just simply through a simple process like this that doesn't take you extra time, obviously worth it. All right, so let's talk dollars and cents. How much does lead identification cost? After all, we've got to identify these leads. There's work being done, there's a payment that's got to get made in there. What's that cost? And how much for lookups that are not identified? What about all those guys who we cannot identify? How much does that cost? Okay. And how much to contact each lead instantly, right? Just to be able to reach out and contact them immediately, like while they're still on the site, even. Okay. What about duplicate leads? In other words, we figured out who the guy was already in the first step. What if that guy comes back a week later? Is there another charge? Okay. And what if you have recurring established clients, right, who are going to come back to your site over and over again? Are you going to be paying for those guys who you already have? Okay. You're the cost for this system. Part one. Most channels sell general leads at $5 to $40 each, right? You know that, right? Now with us, each new lead costs just 84 cents per lead. Doesn't matter what your industry is, pest control, roofer, dentist, doctor, lawyer, MLM, Amazon, Shopify, doesn't matter. Wherever it is, we're going to figure it out. Okay? And it's going to be 84 cents a lead. And remember, these leads came to your website just now. They are hot leads. Okay? Now, cost for the system number 2. Duplicate leads cost nothing. You'll never be charged for a second, third, fourth visit by the same identified visitor, even if we identify them after looking up their different IP address, whether a computer, laptop, tablet, or phone. Once we figure out who they are by their email, that's it. You're never going to pay for that again. Okay? That means only 84 cents per acquired, and you'll get this combination, email, name, and address, for each website visitor you have in real time. Okay? And like I said, we can either send you the list or we can automatically upload these things into an email autoresponder that reaches out with your welcome message and just contacts them automatically. You don't have to think about their emails, names, and addresses because they're being attended to behind the scenes. Okay? That way, can you imagine? Right now, it's invisible to you, but people come to your website and leave and you have no idea who they are. You know what else is going to be invisible? People come to your website, leave, see the email, come back, and call you, and only then do they become visible again. Isn't that neat? Whole thing can happen without you doing any extra work. You focus on your business. We'll take care of the guys who leave your website. Bring them back. The use of our autoresponder up to your first 2,000 leads costs nothing. That means we'll contact those guys as fast as they arrive on your website for no cost. Beyond 2,000 leads, the autoresponder is just $19 a month. No problem, right? I mean, if you're going to put money into more advertising, $19 a month takes care of contacting them all. Okay. So you can send us your current email list. This is another part. And we'll block them from lookup charges. In other words, if you have 37,000 emails on an email list and you don't want to pay 84 cents for a bunch of them who come back to your website, you don't have to. You send us that email list and we'll block it from lookup charges. Okay? Pretty cool, right? But even better, the additional details. There's always going to be additional details. What are they? Emailing new U.S. consumer website visitors is legal in the U.S. That means anyone in the U.S. who visits your website, right, then as long as you have that little bit of paragraph snippet that we'll send you, stuck in a terms link or a privacy policy link, disclaimer, anything, footer of your website, link to a page that says all the stuff it says already about you, okay? But it just puts that point in there. Okay, I mean, you could even stick it in the bottom of an About Us page if it made sense, right? We only handle U.S. consumers. What's that mean? That means that, say you have visitors come to you from Canada or the UK or India or Bangladesh or who knows where. No problem. There will never be a charge for any of those guys. We're not even going to try to look them up. We only handle U.S. consumers. This is why you want to do business with U.S. consumers for this process. Okay? We ensure your messages are CAN spam compliant. And now you're starting to realize that they're going to be CAN spam compliant. They're targeted to single opt-in visitors, guys who came to your website, are interested in what you offer. And because we're going through this right kind of aggregated database, then what it does is prove beyond a reasonable doubt who the person is. They only work with the matches they get for all the different IP addresses. You could have different guys go to a public library and log into Facebook from there. Well, what Facebook's going to realize is lots of emails for guys coming from a common IP address means the IP address is a public place. So it is dismissed, right? There's no high degree of certainty that that's really Bob Smith, right? Because too many guys are using it, right? So that database is legitimate for being able to use as a resource for this process. And this is legitimate. This is the same database that all the big companies use in the same ways that we're making available to you. Your messages are not even classifiable as spam. No emails from other countries other than the US, like I said before, it's only for guys in the US. Your leads are never shared with your competitors, okay? When you're coming through us, it's exclusive. It's not like your system's reaching out and 4 or 5 guys right next to you are also reaching out. We only work with one guy in each location for each thing, right? So that we don't have this problem of somebody getting confused when they get contacted by multiple companies. We don't want that to happen, okay? We want you to be able to have their undivided attention for the period of time that they're interested. Okay. You pay in capped package sizes for budget control. That means simple packages, monthly packages, a subscription, okay? And you pay at the level that benefits you. So we'll go through that. Let's compare the real value versus lead costs, okay? First tab for that. So do you ever get HomeAdvisor leads? You know, most of you guys with brick and mortar who do services for homes wind up in HomeAdvisor or going there for leads, right? And that can be painful. Most of the time when we ask people if they're in HomeAdvisor, they're not happily in HomeAdvisor. They're doing it because they must, okay? So they're paying whatever they're paying per lead, but those leads are shared with 3 to 5 competitors at the same time, okay? So you're stuck rushing to be the first competitor to contact each client manually, right? And still expect a bidding war, since most leads want to compare the offers from the first 2 to 3 competitors who call. So that's horrible, right? That's what people are used to with paying for leads. They're used to that stupid bidding war. All right, Google Ads. Yeah, you're going to pay whatever it is per lead for leads who click to your website. And these leads are not always humans. Many are bots. There's always click fraud to pay for. And if some of those leads come back tomorrow, the day after, or the next week, you pay again and again for the same person or bot who clicks your ad, okay? So let's talk about lead cost averaging, because you're going to average down. Before, assuming you use Google's or YouTube's pay-per-click advertising method and you pay just $2 a lead with a 3% conversion, $2 a lead for 3% conversations, let's say, is $66 per conversion or conversation for each sale, each sign up, etc. Well, that's what we're already used to before. So what's it going to be like after you get our program going? Now it's $2 a lead from Google Ads still, right? Like before, you've got to get the traffic in however you got them in. So if you're paying for ads, you're paying for ads. If you're not paying for ads, you're not paying for ads. So don't include that, right? But if you are, then whatever it is, you're going to pay for your Google Ads plus 84 cents per lead identification, right? For new leads only. And nothing for instant new lead outreach by the autoresponder. Okay, so that's $2.84 per lead for 30% conversations instead of only 3%. Okay, so instead of being like $66 per conversion, we're talking about $9.50 per conversion. Sales, sign up, etc. Okay, so think about it. It's 3% inbound traffic coming, forming the conversations and conversions. Then there's going to be 30% instant outreach to aim for more of that. Okay, 10 times as much outreach. Well, you're going to wind up getting like at least double over all of this. You're going to get like double over from that. So you're going to be like 3 times the website profitability. Okay, so it's up to 7 times less expensive for each conversation, for each conversion, for each sell. 7 times less expensive. Imagine how much more competitive that makes you on a dollar basis. Dollars and cents, right? So therefore, you're going to have more new leads per month. So increasing sales volume with each passing month. Okay. That's cool. So let's fix your overall conversion ratio. First thing, right? From 3 per 100 to 30 per 100, 10 times the leads, right? And by the way, for those saying, what's the guarantee? The guarantee is you're only paying per extra lead. Now you're going to pay monthly, but we'll cover for that. We'll explain that. So over a few months, we drive your traffic higher, such as from 100 leads per day to 400 leads per day. So using this approach makes the highest and best use of your ongoing daily traffic without you needing to do anything differently, right? It's an increase of like 40 times the leads instead of just 4 times the leads, okay? In other words, we're going to drive your website higher in rank so it gets more traffic. And from that additional traffic, we're going to still be converting like 30% instead of just 3%. Okay. And we'll do this for a fraction of the cost that you would normally pay for SEO work that would only get you 4 times the leads. So that's a 10-fold increased benefit for a fraction of the normal monthly SEO cost. And yes, you can still keep your SEO guy if you wish, if you have one. Okay. Ready to review monthly pricing? Let's go for it. Package options. This works by monthly subscription as low as $250 a month. Okay. So if you do the math, that's like what? 300 visitors in a month or 10 per day. Again, most of you don't even know if you're getting 10 visitors a day. Right? Because you might, if you got 10 visitors a day, then it would take like 10 days to get 3 contacts, sales or conversations going. A week and a half for 3. So for most people, getting 3 people talking to you, if it took you 10 days, it means you're having like 10 people a day come to your website. All right. So here it is. Simple monthly subscription pricing. $250 a month gets you up to 300 real-time retargeted leads per month. I'm saying up to. And if you're thinking, well, that changes the 84 cents per lead, no, I'm going to get into that. Okay. $500 a month gets you double. Okay, the prices are flat. Doesn't matter where you're paying. It's not meant to tease you up the hill. It's meant to be a flat, fair, exact ratio. Okay, so all these numbers, whatever you're paying, okay, is exact ratio, 84 cents per lead. It's really like 83.33 cents per lead, something like that. Okay, no contracts, cancel anytime, runs month to month, easily downgrade or upgrade to suit, no problem. Okay, this is not meant to stick you in a bind. This is meant where you can walk in, work your way up the ladder, and you can decide when to flip it on, flip it off, depending on who knows what. Maybe you just got so busy all of a sudden with 10 times as many leads or 3 times as many sales that you literally need to shut it down to catch up. All right, then you can come back later. So perhaps most importantly, at the end of each month, remember what I said? It said up to? Well, all unused credits are rolled into what? Additional marketing that we will do for your website through our referral website network so that we can automatically drive your keyword rank higher on Google for all those free clicks. So your website will get increasing free traffic each month. Okay. So what did that mean? That meant this. Say you only used like half of the leads you expected to use. Say you're at 500 a month and you only got about 300 real-time targeted leads. So you used about $250 worth of this value. That leaves $250 extra, right? Well, we're not going to waste it. We are going to use that $250. That's the unused credits that are rolled into additional marketing so we can drive your website rank higher, so you can get more free clicks, so that you can get more calls per day or whatever, more conversions per day. Okay? So all unused credit just means your website's not as strong as you want it to be yet. So it doesn't really matter where you start. If you were only getting 300 real-time retargeted leads, but you paid up here, I'm just drawing that for the extreme example. Okay, I mean, you could do this, it's fine. That's 1,500, it's 5 times as much. Well, if you only use 250 worth, that leaves 1,000 a month towards the website marketing that makes your website a lot more powerful, so you pick up a lot more of the slack in your area or from your market. You get a lot more of those guys in, and you convert a lot more of them because, hey, the more traffic you get, we're going to multiply that figure. That's how you get to 4 times, 40 times over on your traffic and your sales. That's the point. Let us push it. So all you have to do is pick a subscription, choose from a few options, and start.